Cloves benefits. What happens to your body when you put a clove under your tongue or eat it in your routine life? One tiny kitchen spice could offer your body several surprising health benefits. I'm talking about cloves, those small aromatic buds you may already have sitting in your spice cabinet. Cloves contain powerful plant compounds, including eugenol, which has antioxidant and antimicrobial properties. But what actually happens when you consume cloves? Today, we'll break down the science behind cloves, their potential benefits, what the research really says, and the important mistakes you should avoid. What are cloves? Cloves are the dried flower buds of the clove tree, a plant traditionally grown in tropical regions. They've been used for centuries in cooking and traditional medicine. What makes cloves especially interesting is their concentration of plant compounds. One of the best known is eugenol, a natural compound responsible for much of cloves' distinctive aroma and flavor. Cloves also contain antioxidants and other phytochemicals that researchers continue to study for their potential health effects. Benefit number 1. Antioxidant power. First, cloves are packed with antioxidant compounds. Antioxidants help protect cells from oxidative stress caused by unstable molecules known as free radicals. This doesn't mean cloves are a miracle cure or that they can prevent every disease. But adding antioxidant-rich foods and spices to an overall healthy diet can contribute to a healthier eating pattern. And cloves are particularly interesting because they contain a high concentration of certain antioxidant compounds. Benefit number 2. Oral health. Here's another reason cloves have attracted attention. Oral health. Eugenol has demonstrated antimicrobial activity in laboratory research, which is one reason clove-derived compounds have been used in some dental products. Historically, clove oil has also been associated with temporary relief of tooth discomfort. But there's an important distinction. Cloves may have useful properties, but they should not replace professional dental care. If you have severe tooth pain, swelling, fever, or a dental infection, see a dentist rather than trying to treat the problem with cloves alone. Benefit number 3. Digestive health. Cloves have also been traditionally used to support digestion. Their aromatic compounds may interact with the digestive system, and cloves have a long history of use in traditional preparations for digestive discomfort. However, human research is still limited for many of the specific claims you may see online. So think of cloves as a potential supportive food ingredient, not a guaranteed treatment for bloating, indigestion, ulcers, or other digestive disorders. Benefit number 4. Blood sugar research. Now we get to a topic many Americans care about: blood sugar. Some laboratory and preliminary research suggests that compounds found in cloves may influence pathways involved in glucose metabolism. That sounds promising, but there's an important catch. Most of the evidence is not strong enough to say that eating cloves will lower your blood sugar in a clinically meaningful way. If you have diabetes or take blood sugar-lowering medication, don't use cloves as a substitute for your prescribed treatment. Instead, think of them as a flavorful way to add plant compounds to a balanced diet. Benefit number 5. Anti-inflammatory potential. Another area of eugenol and other compounds in cloves have shown anti-inflammatory activity in experimental research. Chronic inflammation is involved in many health conditions, which is why researchers are interested in foods containing naturally occurring anti-inflammatory compounds. But again, laboratory findings don't automatically translate into a proven treatment for people. The bigger picture matters. Sleep, exercise, body weight, diet, and medical care all play much larger roles in managing chronic inflammation. Benefit number 6. Liver and metabolic health research. Cloves are also being investigated for their potential effects on metabolic and liver health. Animal and laboratory studies have explored whether compounds in cloves may help protect cells against oxidative stress and metabolic damage. But this is an area where we need to be especially careful. You may see claims online saying cloves can clean your liver or remove liver fat. There is not enough human evidence to make those claims. Your liver already has powerful detoxification systems. There is no magic spice that replaces a healthy lifestyle or medical treatment. Benefit number 7. Weight management. Can cloves help you lose weight? Not directly, and this is where social media often exaggerates the evidence. Cloves are low in calories when used as a spice, and flavorful spices can make healthy foods more enjoyable. But there's no strong evidence that simply eating cloves melts belly fat or causes significant weight loss. For sustainable weight management, the fundamentals still win: a balanced diet, adequate protein and fiber, regular physical activity, sleep, and an appropriate calorie intake. How to use cloves. You can add a small amount of ground cloves to oatmeal, smoothies, baked foods, or savory dishes. You can also use whole cloves to flavor certain teas and meals. Remember, you don't need large amounts. Cloves have an extremely concentrated flavor, so a little can go a long way. Use as a spice, not a miracle cure. Important safety warning. And this part is extremely important. More is not necessarily better. Using cloves as a normal culinary spice is very different from consuming concentrated clove oil. Large amounts of clove oil can be harmful, and concentrated eugenol can cause serious problems when misused. People taking blood-thinning medications, people with certain medical conditions, and anyone preparing for surgery should talk with a healthcare professional before using concentrated clove products. And never give concentrated essential oils to children unless specifically directed by an appropriate healthcare professional. So, what's the bottom line? Cloves are much more than a flavorful spice. They contain compounds such as eugenol that have antioxidant, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory properties, and researchers are studying their potential effects on several aspects of health. But cloves are not a cure-all. The strongest approach is to use them as one small part of an overall healthy lifestyle, not as a replacement for medication, dental care, or medical treatment. If you learned something new today, hit the like button and subscribe to Foodie Doctor USA for evidence-based health information explained in simple language.